Ah, hello! I didn't see you there, filming. And welcome again to Northworthy, Sagas and Stories. I am your host for today, Raggy. Yes, you've heard it there before. And I am a Viking warrior. I am a poet and I'm also a teller of folk tales. Now, today we have a Danish folk tale for you. And we all love a good Danish folktale on this channel. And the name of this Danish folktale, and you've already seen this folktale from Egil. The name is The Clever Woman. Now once, in a place at Little Varlus on Zealand in Denmark, there was an old farmer. And he was said to be a wicked man. He was in league with thieves and vagabonds and all those sort of dangerous and dodgy people. He was well known for selling stolen goods, stolen silver, gold and animals. In fact, he would sell anything that was stolen, and he was very well known in the area, but also he was very disliked by all, for he was said to be the most wicked man on the Zealand, with a big beard and a big portly belly. He loved his mead and his venison. Who doesn't? Well, one day our man of the story, when he was out walking, and he had a good walk, and he was walking back to his longhouse, his farm, his small holdings, and something terrible happened to him. He had a sudden massive pain in the chest and he collapsed and dropped dead to the floor. Oh yes. And some hours passed. Eventually one of the farm hands found his body and they arranged for him to be taken to the church to be buried. And they did this. All of the villagers came to the church. They had a service for him, even though he was not liked at all and mostly disliked. And they had the funeral. He was buried in the ground. And they went back to his longhouse to have a funeral feast to celebrate. But when the people got there, they saw the most strangest sight they've ever seen. What on Midgard was going on here? For the farmer who had died was sitting on top of the longhouse as a ghost. And he was shouting at the people, shaking his fist, "Oi, go away, this is my longhouse." And people, well, they did not want to stay there for very long. In fact, they was very scared. And while this kept on happening, people kept on seeing the ghost of the farmer, and he kept on terrorising the place. And, well, his son who inherited the farm, he was a much better man. And he decided that, well, he must do something about this. So he sent one of his workers out to go and find the local priest. And after some time searching, they found him. And they said, "We have a problem. A ghost of a farmer keeps appearing and tormenting people whilst we have a wait for him. And you must come to the farm and deal with this." Well, the priest was slightly reluctant to do this, but he did agree and started to walk towards the farmhouse. And when he got to the farmhouse, well, what did he see? He saw the ghost of our farmer, whose name was Asmund, by the way, sitting on top of the longhouse, shouting at people and throwing things at people and shaking his fist and generally being a bad and wicked person, or in this case a wicked ghost. Well, the priest said, "Well, what we have to do is bury a stake in his grave." So they all went back to the old church, which was relatively new actually, and they found his grave, and they got this big stake. It was a stake of ash, good ash, and it was very sharp, and they hammered it in, and they hammered and they hammered and they hammered, and something strange happened. It pierced the top of his head and split his skull, and deep from the depths of the ground they heard a voice, "You should not have done that." And then an old woman came forward, and she was very wise, and in fact knew more about these things than what the priest did. And she was sewing at the time, and she got a darning needle out with no eye, and she stuck it in the post. Oh, what a strange thing to do! But all of a sudden there was a voice from the grave. "You should not have done that, you old witch. If it hadn't been for this, I'd have been home again before you." And she sent him down into the depths of Colesmore, close to the lake of Farum. And the ghost was never seen again. But there's a little ending to the story, that every night a cock crow like a raven would fly across the sky over this place, this village and this old farmstead, and it is said to be the ghost and the spirit of this wicked farmer. And that is the end of this folk tale. Now, I do hope you like it, and I do hope you leave a comment. We love your comments, as you very well know on this channel. And if you'd like to go and check out some more Nordic folk tales, I urge you to go and check this playlist, which is also linked in a comment and pinned. So for now, as ever, I am your host, Braggy, the son of Magnar, and I will see you in the next folk tale. Was hail, and thank you for watching. Oh.